picture be out.
There we go. Hey Chris, how's it going? Got a little bit of time before I check out a concert tonight. So I thought I'd play some 7800. Yeah, here too. It really poured. Hey Duncan. I actually neglected to go under an underpass on Main Street in my town because it was flooded. And I was like, well, I don't want to drive through that. So, all right. Curious on. Okay, I guess. Oh, I see. That was a bad first shot. It was no good. Sorry about that, Chris. That's not my ball, is it? I guess that's a throwing star pickup. Okay. Oh boy. This is a very interesting concept for a game. Okay. Now, here we go. What? I must have just been off by just a little bit. Okay. How are you doing, Duncan? Anything new and exciting going on in your life? Aside from listening to some awesome tunes on the Discord. Okay, so putting. Do I just... So I guess there is no putting. It's just getting to the green and then destroying that thing. Okay, so we want to go a little shorter on this hole to avoid the sand. Hey, Henrik. Yeah, I saw that, Duncan. That was amazing. Oh, come on. Really need a health pickup. There's... So I guess that's smart bomb. Oh. Yeah, I love seeing all that stuff. Hey, UK Retro Gamer. Thank you very much. Oh, shoot. Oh. There's the health pickup right after I don't need it. Hey Eric. Yeah, this is a game. You know, we use the word wacky a lot on the podcast. Mostly Aaron uses the word wacky a lot, but I picked it up from him. This is a game that is uh, truly deserves the title, wacky game. Oh. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. We have a lot of fun doing the show. It's a good way to end the week on Friday night. Tell you what's not good is my ability to defeat this dragon. Oh, sorry. If you want to play Firewatch, by all means, you know this stream is not going away. I hear Firewatch is a pretty great game too. All right, so I parred that one. What did you think, Aaron? I like it so far. I'm digging it. Well, that's good. You know, we start the show as early as we can. You know, at 5:30. I wish these guys. They're such a hassle to beat. I wish they gave you something when you beat them. Okay. Come on, give me one of those. Oh boy. Shark Attack. Man, the water hazards are definitely hazardous. Wonder if they paid John Williams any usage rights to use the Jaws theme there. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, it does look similar. Oh, shoot. It does look similar. Okay. Just need to get it on the green, really. Those are all good choices. Henrik, you should add Neo Turf Masters to that list. That's a game both Aaron and I really enjoy on the Neo Geo. Also, oh, I failed in my quest. Okay. So we got easy, kamikaze, normal, hard. Let's try out kamikaze. We skipped this. The intro here. I think there's a lot of similarities between the C64 color palette and the Atari 7800. Much more than, say, the NES or the Master System. That's a good deal, Duncan. I wonder if it's on sale on Steam for that much. If it's like for like $5 or something, I'll probably pick it up because I love those games. Not sure. I guess is this invulnerable? Okay, it's like a 10, some number of second invulnerability. Get the green. Oh shoot! I overshot it. Oh yeah, the 7800. It had some jack, as everyone would say. Um, it was supposed to be released in 1983, but Atari at the time was choosing to pursue the computer market because the video game market, of course, crashed. So it sat on a shelf and wasn't released until '87, I think, or something like that. And so when it finally did come out, it was a little bit aged um, in terms of the kind of games that were released for it. But if this would have been released in '83, you know, it had the potential to set the world on fire. You really got to be dead on when you hit this. Yeah, well, there was Invisa Ninjas. There were a lot of bad decisions made in the early '80s in the computer industry, um, and Atari was right there at the top of the pack. I mean, if you look at like the what was that, the Sinclair computer, the QL or whatever, just like, you know, a total non-starter. Um, you know, in hindsight, the Amiga, if it would have, you know, would have had a marketing department, it had one of the most, you know, thoughtful approaches and everything in terms of, you know, what they were setting out to do. It's just they didn't have a good company behind them. There is, I believe that there is a Harmony card available for the 7800. Aaron would know that for sure, but I believe that that is true. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to be the first in anything. You always end up making mistakes for a lot of other people. And Atari did a lot of things right. They had bad corporate governance when they were bought by Time Warner. That was really a bad thing. But of course they made mistakes before then too. Extra life, awesome. Is there not a separate Harmony cart just for the 7800, Aaron? I thought that there was, but I guess I could be wrong. Okay. I know that like a lot of carts, like Ball Blazer, they have an additional chip on it. Like Ball Blazer actually has a Pokey chip on it, which is the Atari audio chip. The Achilles heel for the Atari 7800 was that it shipped with the same audio chip as the 2600, without, you know, a more advanced chip with it. And so the games really sound awful compared to something like the NES or the Master System. Yeah, that's very true. You could buy all of the carts 4 or 5 times over that were released for the whole system, probably, for what you pay for a multi-cart. Yeah, you're right. After the original 2600 joystick, Atari had a pretty poor track record with controllers. However, in Europe, the 7800 launched with a gamepad. That's actually really cool looking. So if you can get one of those, consider yourself lucky. So from what I can tell, Kamikaze mode isn't that much harder than normal mode. Yeah, I mean, you could, you know, this I think the 7800 launched with pole position 2, um, but which I don't believe was available too many other places, but so many other of the other ports like Centipede again, you know, um, Defender again, Asteroids again. Yeah, I agree with Aaron there. This is a if you're looking to collect on the cheap and amass a large number of carts, the 7800 is a great choice, and it's easy to mod for composite out too. All right, well that is the end of Ninja Golf. Yeah, it's backwards compatible, so. Right, it's got the DB9 ports, so you can go to town. I think I'm probably a little bit soft. My volume, sorry about that. I haven't rejiggered it since Amigos. Probably turn up the game volume a little bit too. Okay, next on the docket, Aaron's game, Asteroids. Awesome. What a way to start. Oh, okay, so I've got to look at the options. So we got intermediate, advanced, expert, novice, 2 players, competition, team. Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah, none of the Atari versions of Asteroids were vector graphics. They were all raster or whatever. Um, this version, of course, has these rotating sprites. That was one thing that the 7800 could do very well was rotation. It could handle rotation very in a way that was more efficient than the other 8-bit machines at the time. Just to compare it after I play this, we'll look at the 2600 version of Asteroids, and you can see that, oh, that was hyperspace. Yeah, blow up on re-entry. This is another one of those games we were talking about, Defender, the other night, and when you get used to playing it at home and then you approach the arcade cabinet, this game has no joystick. It's all buttons. Rotate left, rotate right, thrust, hyperspace. It's nowhere near as complicated as Defender, of course, but it still is disconcerting when you're used to playing with a joystick. Oh yeah, this is the Stardust is a total, you know, Asteroids evolution. I like how even the smallest asteroids still have that rotational effect. It's just going so quick it just looks like a blur. Ah, come on. There we go. Oh boy, things get hairy now. Uh-oh. I heard something. Oof. All right. So that is Asteroids. So let me back out of here real quick and show you what Asteroids on the 2600 looks like. we slowly make our way up here. So you can see, oops, okay. All right. So as you can see, the sound is very similar to the 7800 version. It's just you don't get any of the rotation, and I'm not sure why the screen is shaking that way. It might be some sort of a factor in the emulation. Oh boy. Yeah, it's uncanny how the sound effects are exactly the same. Yeah, it's Space Jaws. It's funny, this is the second Atari game that we've played that has the Jaws theme. Alright, we don't need to do any more of that. Yeah, you're right, Duncan. I don't think that they had the ability to move at different speeds. Alright, and we go back to the 7800. I'll show you one of my favorite games. Aaron doesn't like this one, which surprises me, but I love Food Fight. I think it's a great arcade game and a great conversion. Food Fight was only converted to the Atari 7800 and 8-bit systems. Maybe it got a 5200 port too. But you basically go through and you pick up food and you fling it at these guys. And then your mouth gets real big. Oh, I got caught and covered with food. I like it because I like the flinging mechanic. I think it's cool how the stuff rotates. You know, all the food kind of moves through the air in a different way. I like how your bonus is the melting ice cream cone. That's a neat way to visually represent that. There's friendly fire with the enemies; they can hit themselves. I've always found burger time to be way too difficult. Like, I can appreciate it, but I'm not much good at it. Oh, that's no good. But I think the 7800 probably, I'm sure it had a port of burger time we can check out. How can I get around the... I should have picked up some more watermelon. I'm going again. I just like your guy, the way he moves across, and that is almost like the guy on the Heisman Trophy, which you guys probably don't know what that is, but it's he's got a very odd way of running that amuses me. Stand down, chefs. Oh. Oh, wasted that. It's gonna get tricky. Ah, I love that. I like the just games that have the little touches that they didn't have to do. You know, it's sort of the opposite of Smurf. How when you die, you get turned upside down. Like how the food just all rushes to cover you up. I love that. Ah, didn't have the range. Yeah, things get pretty hairy once you get up to this level. Oh man, I saw it coming and I still couldn't avoid it. No. All right, so yeah, that's Food Fight. It's pretty neat. One of my favorites on the system. That one's a little bit harder to find. I don't know that I've ever seen a Food Fight cartridge around, but I'm sure that it's not going to be very crazy high dollar. It's not going to be like stadium events. It's pretty good port of Galaga. You should, Chris. Bump and Jump is a noble game. The only thing I don't know, Aaron, if you're have you had any luck emulating the Intellivision on the? Of course, I guess with the I always forget that you have the option of plugging in a keyboard. I was like, how you'd manipulate all the things on the numpad. Hey, Dan, thank you for becoming a Patreon supporter. Allow me to extend my thanks to you live on the air. And look forward to your name in the song next week. You know, some of the things about the Atari, the 7800, that I never understood because I don't understand enough about programming, is like, even on the 7800, the scores are still displayed in those huge block letters. It was like they didn't have enough graphics modes. Like the ColecoVision, which came out in like 82, it could display a score in a more arcade-like way than the Atari could that came out after it. Oh boy. Not even time to scratch my back. I guess this is the bonus stage. Aw, that's crap. I know. You gotta remember that I didn't really grow up playing these games. This is before my time. So you've got to forgive me if I don't have your skill and expertise at these early classics. All right. So it ends. Galaxian. Let's check out, this is the other big game for the 7800, the one that people always talk about when, oh, we'll come back to that. When people always talk about the power of the 7800, they talk about Tower Toppler. They say this is a game that could go up against something on the NES. So let's check it out. It's got music. I like that. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, you're right. I think something is wrong with this this on the emulator here. Yeah, it's just resetting over and over again. Let's try it one more time. Maybe I just hit too many buttons. Nope. Alright, so we won't get a chance to check out Tower Toppler, unfortunately. Did it come out on the Spectrum poll? Alright, now we do a little bit of title match pro wrestling. Have you played this, Aaron? All the wrestlers are going through every single frame of animation that they have. All like 5. Okay, nebulous. Alright, so I guess I've got a one-player game loaded here. One-on-one, one player. Okay, I'll be Mr. Mean. And, okay, alright, now we're going. Wow, this game moves pretty fast. No referee. Man, Mr. Mean went down in a flash. I'm getting murdered here. It's no good. Oof. Wait a minute. I don't know if I even have control over my player. Like, I'm definitely not pushing anything, and my guy is like flying all over the ring. Yeah, I guess there's no movement. You just sort of circle each other automatically. Oh yeah, I guess maybe after I got pinned, it went back into demo mode. It's very strange. All right, Mr. Mean's back, and he means business. Oh yeah, A little bit of this. Yeah, oh yeah, You don't mess with Mr. Mean anymore. That's right, Halo has nothing on Tag Team Pro Wrestling. Man, Muscle on the NES is one of the worst games of all time. Ah. Okay. So it ends. Tag Team Pro Wrestling. Let's check out Pole Position 2 and see. This was the game that launched with the 5200. Okay, we'll do Map Mania first. So Aaron, that thing finished copying last night at like 9:30. It took forever. I don't even know. Do I just unzip that at some point, and will it unzip as an ISO, and then I put that on the Pi? Is that how that works? Mania challenge. Okay. How much is a 128 gig SD card run these days? Title screen's impressive. Yeah, this definitely plays a lot more like a real wrestling game. It's got a little music on it. Like, music may or may not just be random notes. It's a shame I can't go off the ropes. Can I climb the turnbuckle? Can I get to this side of this? Okay. Here we go. Okay, I went off the ropes somehow. There we go. Ooh! It's only the big hits in Mania. Aaron, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. This is at least on the level of pro wrestling on the NES. I mean, of course, the things that set pro wrestling apart are the fact that it has, like, multiple characters. But aside from that, this is, I mean, it's just as responsive. Plays pretty well. Well, yeah, it's the Atari 7800. I mean, what do you expect? 45 bucks. I should have bought, they had 64 gigs on sale for 20 bucks. I should have just spent a couple more and got the 128. I guess there's no easy way to take out the stuff that I know I'll never play off this build and get it down to 64 gigs, huh? A little this, a little that. Yeah, those builds are pretty much take them or leave them. I am the Mania champion. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. Mania. Very true. Like a mean 18? Like, that looks pretty good. It looks, I mean, it looks at least as good as leaderboard. Yeah, I could do a game room tour, sort of. Yeah, I guess maybe I should go around and show off everything down here at some point. I've done that before, but it's been a while, and I've changed some things around, so it's a good idea. Thank you, UK Retro Gamer. Here's one-on-one on the 7800. And then this is a 2008 deal. Alright, pole position 2. Let's see how this is. But yeah, it's not really a Neo Geo cab. It is a 3-Koam, 3-K-O-A-M, otherwise known as, incorrectly, as a Dynamo Z-back. It's not really. That once belonged to Aaron, and he sold to me. And I've restored it to look like a Neo Geo cab. So this looks marginally better than pole position 1 for the Atari 8-bits. Your car definitely looks better. The track looks about the same. I don't know. Let me check it out. So this came out in '89. So this was a very late release for the 7800. This looks pretty darn good, I think. Is this Rob Hubbard's music? This has got to have a sound chip on it. I'm quite sure that the 7800 cannot produce this kind of music natively. I forgot about our grenades. There we go. So how does this compare to the C64 version? Do you think it looks as good? I mean, to me, this looks pretty good. Don't shoot the hostage. Ooh. Wasn't prepared for that. Looks like a turtle. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't shoot that thing. I just escape under here. Yeah, it might be. I'm just gonna see how far I can get taking the pacifist route. Get me out of here. Oh. Sometimes it's hard to tell where those grenades are going to land. No friendly fire in this game, that's no good. Nope. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Hey Lane, nice to see you. Fatal Run. Let's try this out. Alright, we can do Choplifter. I'm not married to Fatal Run. Oh. I've got to say I'm using... this is, for those of you that don't know, I'm running all these games off a modded original Xbox. But I've got an adapter that allows me to use a PS2 controller, and it makes all the difference because the original Xbox controller is terrible. I know Aaron doesn't think so; he thinks it's okay. But if you're used to a Nintendo or Super Nintendo style D-pad, that it's the Xbox is no good. All right, Choplifter. So speaking of, we just did Typhoon Thompson, and I think wasn't this the Wasn't this guy's first game? Okay. So. Oh no, I don't want to turn around. Oh, figure out. Okay. So okay, that button turns you around. Come on in, guys. No. Let's see if I just... Okay. Just want to make sure there's no special thing I need to do to land. Okay. Come over here, guys. So there's, like, not the tanks. I'm having a hard time destroying these tanks. It's like you've got to be going full speed to get your diagonal shot down. Oh boy. Oh, do you have to turn this way? Is that okay? I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I forgot how to play Choplifter. Okay. Come on in, guys. Oh. Jeez, how many of these guys are there? Oh, sorry. Just crashed you with a helicopter. My bad. So there's really no reason to fly any other direction than straight on. Oh, sorry. Oops. So I fly back and drop some of these guys off? Because you can fly sideways just as easily, and that way you can destroy the tanks. Go on. I don't know, Henrik. Alright. I guess there's still more guys out there. Okay, that makes sense, Chris. Oh, sorry. Oh, forgetting that. Yep, there's the airborne guys. Oh, bad times. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the Atari 7800 stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been really fun to play some of these games. There's still a ton more. I mean, may do some more Atari 7800 further on down the road. But I will see you all in the next stream. I'll probably be streaming again before Amigos. So see you then. Thanks again for becoming a Patreon supporter, Dan. We really appreciate it. Adios. Thanks, Duncan.